Hi there everyone, it's Lydia here, and today I wanted to share with you a video showing you how I created this card using some solid images and some doodling to create some really cool detail. I'll be using this stamp set from Altenew, and this is the Floral Shadow stamp set. I'll be using this large stamp in the corner. You could use any solid image stamp that you have for this, but I find that this stamp set really works great for this technique. I'm going to be stamping onto an old mouse mat. It gives me a bit of give to my stamping, so it's a bit more lenient and gives you a bit more, helps with your pressure, I would say. And I'm going to be stamping onto some scratch paper so I don't stamp onto the mat and then smear the ink everywhere because I'm a bit messy. So this is my one layer card. I'm going to be creating a one layer card, so I have my card base here. I'm going to be using some Altenew ink, some crisp ink in Evening Grey and Perfect Peach. I won't be using the large ones, I'll be using the smaller travel size ones, as I find these are easier for selective inking. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking the small ink and I am inking the flowers and also the edges, the top leaves. I think they're supposed to be leaves, but I'll be using these as buds, so I'm just going to be adding some of the Perfect Peach to these top leaves to make them into buds. As we're going to be doing some doodling later, we can really emphasize the difference between the leaves and the buds later on. So I'm just going to add some more to the main flower because I noticed that I didn't add enough, so I've just added a little bit more to that. And then I'm going to place it onto my card. So as you can see, I've only inked the flower and the leaves that I've turned into buds. So I'm just going to stamp this down, and then I'm going to take it off, and then I'm going to ink the other part. So now I'm inking the leaves with the Evening Grey. As you can see, I'm using the smaller ink cube again. As I said before, it's easier for me to get in all those little nooks and crannies, but you could use the large ink pad. As what I've got now is I've got like a stamp chamois, and I'm going to remove the ink from where I don't want it. So I've removed the grey ink from the buds that I'm turning into buds, and also the flower where I've got it on and I don't want it. So I'm just going to remove that before I line this up over the image that I've just stamped. So I'm just going to turn it around so I've got it in exactly the same place, and I'm going to stamp this down. So that's going to give me the grey leaves and the peach flowers. So as you can see on the side where we have the stamped image, it just looks really cool. You could leave it like that, but we're going to be adding some detail with a pen later on. So I'm just going to do this one exactly the same. So I'm adding the ink to the flower again, and also to those top leaves on the branches, so we can make them into buds later on. I think one of them was supposed to be a bud, but I've made two more into buds, so we have a bit more colour and variation in the stamping. You could have just left the ones that I've left as leaves if you wanted to, but I just wanted to add a bit more colour, a bit more peach into my image. So I've done the same thing again. I'm just stamped the peach, and now I'm stamping the grey colour. So I'm selectively inking the places that I want it, and then I will take the stamp chamois again and remove the ink from the places that I don't want it. So once it's all inked up with the grey, I'm then going to place it back over where I've just stamped the image, and I've added in the leaves in between the peach flowers. I've added a couple of different images around the outside also. So as you can see, I've already started doodling. I find it's easier to use a really thin line pen, and also don't think too much about the doodling. The quicker you do it, I find the better the image looks. So what I've done is I've gone around the edges of the image and then just filled in with a little detail. So I haven't really paid too much attention to trying to get on the lines exactly. I find that the look looks better if you leave like white edges and maybe not go over the edges properly. It gives it more of a stylized look and a more modern feel to the image. So as you can see, I've just filled in the flowers and made those buds. And I just think this is a really fun look to add to your cards. As you can see, to finish the card, all I've done is added a strip for my sentiment, heat embossed it, and added some twine behind. I really hope you like this idea and give it a go. I would really love to see your results. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you have a beautiful day. For more ideas, tips, tricks and ideas, please visit me at lydiaevansdesign.com.